Thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming to you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a closer look at the new Sideshow Collectibles 1/6 scale Captain Han Solo as he appeared on the planet of Hoth. Now right up front I want to tell you that there are a couple different versions of this. As you can see, the one that I have is Han Solo in his brown parka. There's also one that comes with a blue parka. Now you might be asking why there are two different color jackets. Well, in the movie you could see that at different times one was blue, one was brown. So Sideshow decided to basically give collectors the option to decide which look that they want. In addition to that, there's also a set that includes an alternate head. Now I do not have that, but what I'll basically tell you is that it's the portrait of Han Solo without all the headgear. But I personally love the headgear look on him. That's how I knew I was going to display this. So getting that extra head really wasn't all that important to me. But for the package, you can see a real nice image here. You got the Star Wars logo, the Sideshow logo down here with 6 scale. Come around here to the side, you have another kind of image of Han, but with his blaster holstered. You got Disney down there because, you know, Disney owns everything. Come around here to the side, you can see another image of Han, but with his hoodie folded back. And then you come around here to the side, you got another one right there. And then it's got a magnetic kind of package that closes it. And then as you open it up, you see that it's a two-sided set. On the right side here holds the figure, on the left side are all of his accessories. And then in the middle, you see Star Wars, Captain Han Solo, Hoth. But for the packaging, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Captain Han Solo as he appeared on the planet of Hoth, opened up and out of his packaging. And starting things off, let's take a look at his accessories first. Now, in addition to an outfit that could almost be an accessory in and of itself, he does come with a lot of other scene-specific accessories. As you can see right on him, he's got two wider grip hands. That's more designed to have him hold the life scanner, but he comes with a couple extras. Now, coming down here, he has a more narrow C grip hand, but as you can see, it's a little bit more flexible. It's not quite as wide. You don't want to stretch it too much to get it to hold that. This is more designed for his binoculars. So you do get both a right and left hand for that. Setting those there, you do get a both right and left kind of reaching out hand. That's how they describe them. To me, they kind of look like more relaxed hands than anything else, but they're more designed for the reaching gimmick, if you want to call it a gimmick. He does come with a right trigger hand that's used to hold his actual blaster, and then he comes with a left fist. And that's really it for the hands. I do one thing, again, mention, I love that Sideshow has the pins for all of these. I talk about that almost every time that I review Sideshow figures. It's something that I really think separates them in terms of the accessories that they put in when you compare it to Hot Toys. I really love that. It makes it so much easier to swap things in and out. Now, he does come with a very teeny tiny droid collar coming into zoom. As you can see, I mean, nice, very small detail on there. Not really massive or anything like that, but you got some nice paint detail on there. You got some nice silver. On the bottom, you got a little silver here at the top and things like that. And like I said, it actually can clip to his belt, which I'll show you here just in a little bit. But coming back, he also comes with his very iconic blaster, which is what you would expect it to come with Han. Now, for attaching these things here, take the body, and coming up here, you got the part right here. You can just stick the droid collar right on there, and then he does have a holster for his blaster. It does have a little magnetic piece right here that kind of goes around there and it kind of grabs there. I like that, but I don't really use that all that much. And then you just slide that right down there, and now you have the spot for his blaster. Now, I mentioned he does come with his binoculars, and again, really great detail on here. You can see the eyepieces right here, some blue and red buttons on the inside. Really very, very nice. You got some nice weathering here on the top where it's white, and then you can see it's kind of scratched up and scraped. You do have a nice real fabric strap that you can have slung over a shoulder or something like that. Really very nice though, but like I said, this is where you want to use the more closed C-grip hand. You spread that a little bit, and then you put it on there, and now you can have him holding them a little bit more securely. Like I said, you do have the wider ones that's on the figure, but they're not going to really hold on to it very good. This is very nice for that. And then, like I said, you can just sling this over his shoulder. And then he also does come with his life scanner,
which again, amazing amount of detail on here. You can see some nice weathering on here. You got the real leather, or not leather, but fabric strap that's very dirty, and then it carries over on the actual component here that actually holds the scanner. Got a green and red dot, some really nice silver paint on there, very worn looking, and then you come around here to the actual controls and you can see very nice silver paint. Now what's really cool is it's got these both retracted and extended antenna. All you have to do is take this piece off just like so, and then grab the corresponding one, which is going to be this one, and then it actually just pegs right in there. It's a little bit loose. It doesn't stay in there too, I mean, it stays in there, but you flip it, it will drop. But he is meant to hold it in an upright position, and if you really wanted to, you could probably put a little bit of maybe super glue just on there, let it actually dry to kind of thicken that, then put it in there, and it'll probably hold in there very well. I mean, you can see it does it does hold, but if you flop it around too much, it will come out, and that's a little unfortunate, just because you can see that the pin is actually fairly small on this side. So as it's flopping around, if you just keep it still like that, it's going to be pretty good. Now, taking this off, because I know it's going to fall off, this also comes off. This one actually stays in there a little bit better, but this doesn't have anything to really grip it. It's just a longer pin that slides down there, and that stays there. I mean, you can see it just comes out as well. But these pieces, I do wish stayed in a little bit better. It's not overly terrible, and I don't know if it's just maybe my copy. Hopefully it's not something that's indicative of all the pieces, but if you just keep it like this, and again, this is how he held it like this. If he's holding it like this, I mean, they're not going to fall out or anything. They stay in there fairly well. And the nice piece is that these actual antenna are made out of steel, so that's a real nice touch right there. So taking these out, setting this off to the side, and then the really, I don't want to say the highlight of this piece, but one that I really do enjoy is actually the display stand. Now, you can see that it's done up in this diorama where it's recreating kind of snow and rocks, and I think they did a great job on this as well. Amazing detail. I mean, I really didn't expect too much on it, but they really nailed some of the paint applications here on the rocks. That really does look like actual stone, and then the snow looks really very nice. But you don't necessarily have to use it. This whole piece can slide off. It's just an extra section, and then you can have this, and then you look in the bottom, you got Star Wars. So that's really cool. I do dig this. I think it's a really very nice piece, and like I said, it's something that really helps to bring this whole figure together. Now, coming to the figure itself, as I said, the outfit really is almost like an extra accessory. You can't really take it off or anything like that, but it just absolutely looks terrific. It just, I don't know, it really does just have such a cool look to it. Now, like I said, you do get two different versions. There is a blue suit, or I should say blue jacket, and there's also this brown one that I have right here. As I talked about in the film, during different parts of it, you could really see that the color actually appeared to change. So I do like the fact that they're giving us collectors the ability to kind of choose what we want. For me, I think the brown just looks a little bit better. The blue just kind of threw things off. Now, to me, there's a couple things. I mean, I absolutely love the way this looks, but one thing is, again, there are some differences, I think. You know, I mean, you got the color of the jacket. One thing that I'm kind of iffy about is his rank badge right here. In some scenes, it was on this side. In some scenes, it wasn't even on the jacket. I mean, I don't remember seeing it actually on this particular side. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm thrilled that it's on there, but again, it's one of those things where it seemed to change from scene to scene. And it really does kind of stink in that regard, that the movie that's, you know, obviously very old, they have a hard time getting figures for it because, you know, they didn't plan on that stuff back then, and things changed, and it's kind of all over the place. Now, one thing that you can do is you can take this whole section, you can lower that back like so, and then these goggles are actually on an elastic strap, so you can bring that up and you can put them right like that. And I mean, the face sculpt on here is terrific. Coming to take a look at that, I mean, it really does have a very obvious Harrison Ford look to it. All the way down to right underneath his chin is very iconic scar there. I mean, really wicked cool. Everything on here just
is wonderfully detailed. Now, as I said, there is also another version that allows you to you can remove this head and then you can put another one on there where he doesn't have the actual hat on or anything like that. But for me, I actually prefer this. It just, I think fits a little bit better in terms of that specific scene. But coming out again, you can see a really nice detail here on the jacket. It's very simple, but it's expertly recreated. Even coming down to the gloves, where I love how they're actually these rubber bits right here where you can take the hands and you can swap them out, and the actual rubber on here kind of molds around whatever hand you're putting on there. On this side, you do have his actual communicator. As you can see here on his belt is his droid collar. He does have his blaster on his holster right there. You can take this off. It's just velcroed on, and then you can drop that down and you can open this up, and you can see that there's actually a nice layering of different clothes. You got his regular shirt, you got his blue jacket underneath here, you can see his pants, but in doing so, it always makes his scarf come up. So I always fiddle with this and have a hard time. I'm not good at putting scarves on. Even though I'm from Michigan, I never wore scarves. So I'm not a very good dresser of various clothing or anything like that. But in doing so, you also make his belt drop down. But bringing that back around, you can see it's just a Velcro piece that you line up, and then you can position that however you really want. You got some nice pouches along here the side. You got this gun, as I talked about. You got his pants with some really nice detail. I love these boots on here. Again, it's a soft rubber, which allows for a full range of motion with it. I think it's really wonderful, the amount of articulation as well on here. It's got just about every joint that you could possibly want on the figure, allowing for a multitude of different poses. As you can see, the head is on this nice ball joint. You get a full range of motion, left, right, up, down, all that sort of stuff. The shoulders move in and out. They rotate all the way around. You can get them position. You have to, as you rotate it around, you have to rotate his jacket so you can get his arms all the way above his head. But like I said, you have to rotate the actual jacket around a little bit to make that possible. The upper bicep here does have a rotation. You got 2 joints here at the elbow, which is really nice. The wrists are fully rotatable and positionable in any way that you may want. The upper body here does feel like it's got a bit of an ab crunch. I can't really tell if it's got a lower, I mean, you got a swivel right there, but again, the jacket kind of hinders some things, but not too much. Again, you're not going to get a lot of dynamic poses with this guy just because he wasn't a very dynamic sort of thing, but the hips move forward and back, they move in and out. He's got a rotation here at the upper part of the thigh. You got 2 joints here at the knee, and then the actual ankles do move forward and back. They can go side to side, but you have to get in there. You have to take the boot off and then spin the pin in there, and then you can angle them up and down like that. But I'm just perfectly fine with them having the forward and back motion. So all the articulation is there, allowing for, like I said, a full range of poses with the guy. But for me, really, his best pose is gonna be something like this. It's just iconic. This character in this scene this is what I think of when I think of it. And I really do think that Sideshow did a terrific job with this. All the accessories that you get, like I said, are very specific to that actual scene. And the figure comes with everything that you need to kind of recreate that look. The various accessories that he comes with, from his binoculars to the life scanner, even down to the actual costume, are all wonderfully recreated here. And I really do like the fact that Sideshow gives us the option to kind of pick what look we want for our actual collection. You can go with the brown parka, you can go with the blue parka, you can get the Sideshow exclusive version to kind of recreate that look when Han went back to the actual base and he actually took his hat off and took the hoodie off. Or you can get this and you can cover them all up, you can put the goggles down and you can have them searching for Luke. It all just really is wonderfully well done and really does give collectors a lot of different options. And I feel a really underappreciated part of this entire set is the display stand that you get. The actual stand itself with the adjustable cradle is pretty standard, but the recreated environment diorama is just really a nice touch, and I feel helps bring it all together. And then finally, when you take a look at the portrait, it is unmistakable that that is Harrison Ford. Now, as he looked several years ago and several plane crashes ago. but this really is a very nice piece, and I think that Star Wars fans really will be happy with this particular figure. So if this is one that you'd like to add to your collection, it is available at Sideshow Collectibles, so all you have to do is click on the link down in the video description. You go to Sideshow where you can pick this up, and you can add it to your collection today. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Don't forget that you can keep in touch with me by liking my Facebook page at facebook.com/teambotimus and by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/optibotimus. Also, I'd encourage you to check out my new website at optibotimusreviews.com, where you can see all my videos from the previous week, see what I have coming up for future release, and also get your very own Optibotimus t-shirt. And finally, I'd also really appreciate it, guys, that if you like this review, don't forget to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.